Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Absolute Beast live stream. Hopefully we are having an excellent day and thank you for joining us. If you are rewatching the live stream, that's cool. We will obviously cover a few different topics, which I'll leave different little links in the bottom of the official video, so you'll be able to skip ahead to the main part. Before we begin today, guys, if you love the channel, obviously when you're new, make sure you subscribe so we can get more content, as well as our membership options are now open. So if you want to become a Absolute Beast member, sign in down below in that join button, and it's only $1.49 per month to become a member. From here, guys, we're going to touch on a few different things today, but mainly going to touch on the main video coming out today, which is another Harry Hutchings episode. But really what we're discussing in that episode is the use of bands and chains and how they can build strength for you as an athlete. So firstly, we're just going to play a little bit of a clip from Harry, and it's just going to cover today's bands. So this clip, as you can probably see right now, is going to be from the later video today, but we have Harry using the bands in the deadlifts. Now, for some of you guys, it may be a weird or different concept, something that you're not used to seeing, but the bands and the chain resistance are super beneficial to our training. Now, we're going to cover the first reason of why you would use a band and a chain in a weightlifting movement compared to not using bands and chains. So bands and chains themselves are there to create what's called accommodating load. If you follow Louis Simmons, or you've ever seen the documentary West Side Barbell versus the World, they cover the reason why that they use bands and chains in their powerlifting training, and mainly it comes around the principle of accommodating load. Now, accommodating load is the idea that adding resistance at certain points of the lift will create more tension and strength in areas that we cannot normally build without the resistance itself, which is why they use them. So for example, if we just rewatch that clip of Harry, when we look at his deadlift, the tension of the band creates tension on the band on the way down as well as on the way up. So the higher he goes with the band, the more resistance there is, the harder the movement becomes. And obviously on the way down, it also creates the resistance as well, making it a lot harder for him to complete the lift. This adds more muscle building opportunities for his body, and it creates and pushes us into our first reason of why you use bands and chains, which is mainly because the accommodating load helps improve strength. It also adds another variation to your lift. So if you're looking at finding other ways to help produce strength for yourself and you're struggling, especially on the movement itself, adding a band and chain can help create a new variation to a same lift. So for example, the regular deadlift that he just performed then, adding the band created a different variation to the deadlift than what he was used to. And so instead of him going from conventional to sumo to Romanian, he kept the one technique throughout, so the conventional deadlift. However, adding the band resistance allowed him to make that movement tougher, harder, and activate different muscles than what he did before. Secondly, when we talk about chains, which is going to come into this next part. So Harry using chains on the bar. Now, I actually bought and created these chains myself for the gym, and they're super affordable. You can see the chain is connected by a bigger outer chain on that barbell. The bigger outer chain, that little hook at the top, it's just like a $10 clip essentially with a big ring around it that allows us to slide it on the bar. I got the chains themselves, so one of the chains on each side was around about $180 Australian, and the little connection thing was about $10. So if you're looking at putting it for your own gym, it's not that expensive. I got it from what we have is called Bunnings Warehouse, but for you guys, any hardware store will definitely have the chains. You just need it evenly cut into two, so it's super easy to make. But the chains adds a little bit of a different resistance to the band. Our chains with accommodating load, as the weight lifts off the floor, it becomes heavier. So at the from like when we come down to our squat, we hit the bottom of our squat, but as we rise from that squat, the squat's actually becoming heavier rather than lighter as it normally would when we are on that concentric phase of that lift. Hello, Kelly. So in that instance, guys, that's what the accommodating load adds to the lift with chains. So on the way up from the lift, it's still just as hard as it is on the way down, which is the second great thing about the chains and the bands, that they can help improve your strength by changing up the areas of the lift where the stimuli is hit. So chains themselves, when I look at them and adding weight to the bar, I don't actually ever include it as a number. So if you were looking at like, oh, how much does the chains weigh? It's the same as like using a yoke. It's 0. You don't count the yoke, you don't count the chains, you just count the additional weight you've got on the bar. So our first point, remember, banded resistance helps create new variation to the lift. Our chains helps change the stimulus of where the lift is going to find its most impact or give you that most bang for your buck. And then finally, the addition of bands and chains also allows us to use resistance without having actual weight. So if a lot of us are affected by the coronavirus at the moment, or we're struggling to find a way to get weight on the bar to allow us to, create strength and adaptation, the best way that we can do it is actually purchasing things like bands and chains, which I don't know about bands at most stores. I know most stores have sold out quite heavily on things like gym equipment, bands, chains, resistance, etc. But I know for a fact that a lot of stores still have chains. When I went to Bunnings, they always had chains. So it was very easy for me to purchase a ton of chains for the gym, and that way everyone was able to use some sort of a different variation of resistance. So if you're really struggling to find weight resistance at home, and you're doing so many bodyweight workouts that you're about to shoot yourself in the head, then at least consider the idea of buying chains, because you can use chains for literally anything. You could literally strap them around your neck, do box step ups with them. You could use them for squats. You could use them for deadlifts. You could use them for bench press. You can use them for a ton and range of different things. Bango, not too sure about chains. Chains just look more badass though. Like, let's be real. If you're in like a old school Globo gym, a bunch of sweaty men and women, back in the 70s, pumping chains out with some dips and all that kind of stuff, it just looks cooler for a visual effect. Now, from there, guys, so that's going to cover off our 3 different things. So remember, if you want to see that video today, it's on at 5 o'clock p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So if you're going to look at the time now, it's about 10 hours away from now exactly. So tune in for that one if you want to check out Harry and how he lifts with chains, his thoughts about them, and etc. But that will be up. It's already scheduled on the list of videos coming out today. Lastly, is something that I haven't covered actually yet, which I really do need to cover, which will be the challenge workout that was won by one of you guys, which was the blackout workout with the 40 heavy deadlifts for time and the penalty for not making the 40 deadlifts. So I've got that video right now, and we're going to run through it together today. So it should be a good bit of fun to watch Harry get demolished by someone. Now, the guy who won it, his name is Stephen Misjewski or Misjewski. Probably pronounced that wrong. Apologies, Stephen. Stephen has his own YouTube channel, Stephen Misjewski. So if you want to search it up, go for it. Otherwise, let's have a look at the video itself. So first things first, I really like his gym setup. I've actually only watched this video briefly, as I just wanted to see him complete it in under the time. So to watch it fully will be awesome as well. And we'll make an idea of how he makes his workout look. So starting off with his first set of deadlifts, and from the beginning, just watching his deadlifts, the dude is moving weight really easy. Like, the 140 almost looks like it's bar weight for him. He's pounding through those reps, and I like the addition of the nanos as well. If you can see, he has some old school CrossFit nanos on. I really enjoy the old nano fans. And in the background of his video, we can see very old school style warehouse. New Zealand flag, repping the New Zealand flag. But let's see how many reps he gets out in his first set. I think that was about 26, which is quite impressive to start off with. Now I'm interested to see where he does his muscle ups. Ooh, okay. So it's very close to the roof, but banging out 3 muscle ups now, and then he has 5 heavy box jump overs. Let's see what his strategy is for the rest in between. Get off the box, brother. Come on. Man's trying to win some workouts. So the prize pool for this workout, guys, was $100, $100 Australian. So it's very close, actually, for New Zealand. I think they're like a couple of cents less than us as far as our dollar exchange goes. So Mr. Steven here won quite a bit of money, but I like his technique on the burpee box jump overs, the side jump as he lands, and that was his 5 reps done. Metcons are just better for lifting, I reckon. More stable, keep you on the floor more. They're horrible for running. Metcons, but who cares about running? You don't need to run, you know what I mean? Running's for the weak. Only good CrossFit Games athletes run, and we're not about that life, we're about that strength life. All right, so he's got 26 reps down, there are 14 to go, so I assume he's just going to finish it off. His first set looked so good. Strapping the belt up. Metcons do feel better. Metcons definitely do. All right, final 14 reps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I love his extension too. It looks really good. 13, 14. He made that look easy. So he got a time of 340. Good morning, Athron. Hello from America. Well, it's morning for me. I don't know why I said good morning. It's probably like 10 o'clock at night for you guys. But that was the challenge video completed. So Stephen won $100 for that. I thought it was about time. I was going to wait for Harry to come on, but Harry's been very busy with university at the moment and other things, so it's been quite hard to get a hold of him, which is why I was kind of like, yeah, screw it, I'm just gonna do it myself. So but that's still the challenge workout, the only challenge workout that have been won. I've got 3 up on my channel at the moment. Both of them are undefeated, but I believe Evan's time was ridiculously good, so anyone to beat that would be impressive in their own rights. So that is all the main content that we've got through today. If there's any questions, guys, please ask me as soon as you can, so that way we can cover off those kind of things. But just a quick reminder, the video itself comes out 5 o'clock p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time today. That features Harry, and you talk about things like the banded resistance and how it benefits him in his training, what he thinks about it, what he thinks about deadlift variations like sumo deadlift, and things like that. And then it runs into a bit of a workout at the end, which is a pretty good video. Later on this week as well, on Saturday, which I'll cover off another live stream on Saturday morning probably, which will cover off our next CrossFit workout of the day, which is called ropes and ladders. You guys might have seen that come up on the channel quite early compared to what it normally would. It was because that video was ready, and I did last week have a bit of an issue with another video that I have completed. I just haven't got it out yet, which was meant to come out last Thursday, but you'll have to look forward to that one, and that's all about the double unders, which would be pretty cool. But ask away on the questions, guys. Alternatively, my day today, I have a challenge workout, a Crusader competition workout today, which is like 30, 20, 10 calorie assault bike and burpees over the bar, or bar facing burpees or something. It sounds terrible. It's might as well just be death race again. But yeah, no, that is all we've got for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Once again, if you are new to the channel, you love the content, make sure you subscribe. Check out our membership options down below to join the channel as well. And I've got some shirts, merchandise, all going at the same time. So make sure you check out that. Check out my website, www.absolutebeast.org. It's probably the cooler way that you can view all my content, from my Instagram to my YouTube to my other stuff that will be coming out soon. And without further ado, I hope you guys